I am going to read to us an article I just wrote and it's on Facebook, but the work I do is actually my life's work. The um, the example I'm setting is the experience of my life, what I've accumulated, and I'm just sharing it. So then, here is how the religion of organs, is fucking up big time. Shallow as fuck. It's a primitive style culture that can't pinpoint from where is that attitude coming. It's terrible programming on top of the work of just becoming, how fear is a completely different world. Having to realize it's not at all the way we think or have been taught, most likely it's brainwash. It's a plague if man is not awakened. He falls into a very primitive state of insecurity which can't get out of this fight that thinks it has to win at all costs. That's insecurity for you. Very hard to have a conversation about this, but more and more we will. Not an isolated incident. The world is a shitpot because of this kind of confusion. They say it's a war between the sexes, but no, there is an influence that deceives one, and the one is rendered into a dangerous entity because of the ability to strong arm. It's hard to handle the animal, the ape that is just temperamental, and the thing is that their ability to strong arm physically. One is already susceptible to being deceived by their mind. The man is the one who is susceptible to the disease that is causing illusions. Causes illusion, the suffering of the mind that won't die, to even the simplest truths. Narcissism or the fully encapsulated mind won't change, can't learn. They must unlearn. They must unlearn uh, what the mind is up to, having them doing based on its insecurity that it just can't see itself. It doesn't know the mind. There is no awareness there. There just isn't any awareness. And so consciousness is not being accessed. What we are looking at is that perhaps man's philosophy is completely different than the woman's. You notice that we have mainly when we used to say mankind and we say man this and man that, man is sure. It's like, okay, well, what are women up to? Anyway, it's like they come from two different planets. It's because they're completely two different opposite kinds of people. The woman by no means can dwell within her mind about the truth in reality. She is mainly a bodily awareness. She does not strong arm things into manifest. Sorry. Based on her imagine, she does not strong things into manifest based in her imagination or on her imagination that is not rooted in reality, the truth in reality. She uses leverage of the physical. Sorry, I'm experiencing my own ego and stuff. She uses leverage of the physical experience first, and that is accumulated into the mind as it should, holds what works, and is energy efficient because of that she is her body, not a mind. She doesn't afford that insecurity that is mind blind to itself. The masking and all of the temperamental that comes with it. She's just usually women are calm, right? Maybe. Her makeup is different, and it'd just be a little awkward, like an elephant in a china shop, trying to be more real than the physical and its container reality. Now, the space, simply being present, aware of mind versus truth, where it's at, how. That involves the body. She knows beyond a shadow of a doubt, quite naturally, that mind follows the body. Period. Whoops, got to get a pad. Starts to bleed, learns to breathe. Just going with the contractions at the very least, she has to be prepared for that. She's giving into her body. She might be able to tell a woman after that, hey, no, it's all right. You're going to just have this experience, go for a ride. The mind follows reality and the truth. And that is how we start to build things more solid through imagining needs a solid foundation to begin to work. Going along the ley lines, it's not just a thought. Going along the ley lines of the truth of truths is in harmony and also as an experience that is more satisfying than just imagining a goddamn life to be. It has to start from the ground up. But we are hearing women trying to adapt to and preach from the place of the potentially fully encapsulated case. The problem that the man is having. They have their own philosophy. They can only be philosophical. As the mind can't have existential reality, it's going to pull up all of these philosophies and beliefs. Reality and the truth doesn't need belief or a philosophy. It's an experience that you're just going to have to dare to have. Remove the mind and let's get into the body. She can't really take advice from him, especially not about how to handle things like her relationship with the physical and non-physical fields of radiation and all the emotions, whatever she's going through. Nothing in her life can she listen to him. Nothing. Not even like, oh, get more confidence, blah blah blah. It doesn't have he doesn't know what she's dealing with, but it's because he can come from just a suggestion that's not about anything about her experience of life. That is just an experience beyond mind. Her life is a body, and it's not life at all. The mind is not life at all, and she can't really give any advice to him? Question mark. I don't really think that's the truth, because she's not susceptible to the mind, can't physically afford it, because she is more conquered of her mind, maybe. She is not apt to get confused about what would be the best way to go physically, and the mind registers what worked. We would always go by way of the truth, not the mind. Reality holds the truth, the mind can never have. Without even having gotten into the body yet, narcissism is the plague, is only a mind, and it's got a philosophy coming out of it, begins to contradict, like Joe Dispenza, a man, and I'm finding this flaw in most all of the people who talk about this. It's very subtle, but I keep laughing at it. It sticks out like crazy, and a lot of people won't catch this, but I'll probably, I'll help us bring this up. I'm probably the only one on earth that can do this because I'm the only one on earth like this. Um, Mind affects body. This is what Joe Dispenza and everybody else is saying. And I understand what they're coming from, but these are mental cases speaking, by the way. This is a fully encapsulated mind that is telling us mind affects body. They are not experiencing reality. They're doing emotions through an object in their heads. So let's listen. Mind is in control of the body, and this is how we make our or break our very experience we are having of reality. But, so, if you want to change that mind. Change your thoughts, right? You do this by... You just get up early in the morning and oh, it says excuse and I said exercise. I got to change that. You just get up in the morning and exercise. Get into that body, by the way, is what they're said. It will be hard at first because your mind will have an excuse. It's just not used to it yet, but just do it. Force the habit. This is what I've heard from Joe Dispenza and all these people who are saying, body follows the mind. So then they say, sorry, I just got completely off my place. I'm onto something, I know I am. It's a Mercury retrograde. It will be hard at first. This is how you get your mind to control your body. It's hard at first because your mind will have an excuse. It's just not used to it yet. But just do it. Force the habit. Just do it. You'll see. Give it 40 days. Eventually your mind will change. Really, you just threw your mind out and replaced it with a better memory. of a physical experience, that you're just going to do the physical thing and you're setting the mind aside. Now, did you catch the contradiction? Everybody's going through this, and mainly you can see mainly you always see. It's all you see is up there is fucking men talking about things. And I don't know why this is, except for the strong arming thing is real. Something says let that roll, let that happen. And nothing can stand up to it. I don't know. I don't say it doesn't have to stand up to it. Just let them have their world and separate yourself out. That's what you say. That's what you do with a narcissist. You just say, these people aren't really reality oriented. They're dangerous. They won't include me if I was the truth. And you are, as far as Christ is concerned. If you're Christ, you're the truth. They always end up saying, now, fuck the mind, do something physically, change that routine. It's funny. I am the cure. I am a woman, not a threat. You don't stop our expression. We can get angry. We can get happy. You don't feel threatened by any of it, babes. You're threatened by the real information. The mind does not like to figure out. The person who's causing trouble does not like to figure out that they're the ones that are causing trouble. The mind does not like to be pointed at, and it will start to do a tap dance and say, no, excuse me, and it will come back in the back door and say, see, I told you I'm very important, aren't I? Watch out. Seek a master, become a Buddha. And go away, you fucking Roman Catholic Church, full of satanic fucking bullshit. You are a lie. 100% are operating like fucking deadly enemy. You will never point out the mind that is the problem, and you keep everybody in fear like that. You want us dead, don't you? Like the mind that at all costs wishes to be more real than reality, being present, kindness, and even sanity, learning what it takes. Really setting that mind aside and saying, well, at the end of the day, how do we feel? Really possessed by Satan is to be possessed by the deceiver, that is the mind, fully encapsulated. When is the mind, didn't get that right, it's the mind left to be the boss. And curiously, how it's maintaining an occupation does not like strong women. Jesus, was that you? And you didn't do much, but eventually you got found out and they said, fuck her. She's exposing way too much that we're probably wrong. And the mind doesn't like to handle that. It's just the mind. And imagine that thing now saying, you know what? Strong arm at all costs. Let's just say that you're more real than what? You're going to have to decide what side you're on. I'm not telling you to go stick your head up somebody's ass. Not doing a power trip here. We'll keep refining as humanity when we wake up, and we have to contribute. If you can figure, there's generations coming that have something to contribute. Maybe one or two people